Today I wanted to speak about backlighting because I think it's an incredibly powerful tool which can lead to you getting some fantastic photographs. However, it can be quite a difficult technique unless you get the steps right. So in this video, we're going to cover the issues that you might have and how we can fix them. Now, the main issue when it comes to backlighting is the wide dynamic range. But you might be thinking, what is dynamic range? Well, the best way to describe it is like a buffet. This is because there's a huge different array of different lighting conditions which are available. And as much as we'd like our camera to be able to process all of it, ultimately we have to make a decision as to what we want to focus on. And if we're able to make the right decisions in camera, then we're actually able to maximize the amount of detail that we're able to retain. And if we're smart about it, we're actually able to get a lot of the details from the leftovers as well. Now, the dynamic range on this GoPro is pretty good. As we turn around, you'll see it loses details from me or from the sky. As it just tries to pick one or the other. And as we come back round, you'll see the detail comes back to my face, even if I have to squint because of the sun. And then we got the detail back in the sky as well. And then when the sun is dead in front of me, I can't see a thing, but I'm sure there's lots of detail behind, and there'll be, lots of detail in the face, even if the shadows are gone. So the first real takeaway from this is to think about where the sun is in relation to your subject. The closer it is to directly behind your subject, the more contrast there's going to be between your subject and the background. This means it's going to be harder for your camera to be able to pick up the details in either the background or your subject. As such, you're going to struggle a little bit more trying to recover the details between your subject or the background. And then as we move more into an angle, you'll see that we're able to recover more detail on our subject. So what part of our image do we want to expose for? What we want to try and do is expose for our highlights. This means that we want to bring down the overall exposure of our photograph. And then in post-production, what we're able to do is we're able to bring up those shadows and bring back any detail we might have lost. And a great rule of thumb for this when you're exposing for your photographs is to bring your exposure down by 2/3 of a stop. And this will allow you to retain the detail within the highlights and bring back the details within the shadows. And when it comes to retaining these details, we want to make sure that we have as much data available as possible. And this is one of the huge benefits of shooting in RAW, is that we're able to recover much of this detail without introducing too much noise. Now, putting this into practice with animals can be rather difficult in the field, especially those that like to move around. Today we're looking at red kites, and you'll see as they circle on thermals the different lighting conditions that they'll go under in each loop. This means that by understanding the behaviour of the animals, as well as the different lighting conditions, we're able to compose and make the best out of our subject. Even if some of these subjects are rather unexpected. That's not my dog, by the way, it's just joined me, rather cute. Bye, dog. Now, one thing to note, particularly with birds in flight, is that you have to think about not only the horizontal position, but the vertical one as well. The reason being is as this vertical angle increases, you can go from a scenario where your bird is backlit to actually when you're so far vertical that it's actually side lit. And this is very much going to change the overall look of your picture. Now, one way to counteract this is by going up higher, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing today as I'm going up on top of Watlington Hill, trying to get a bird's eye view of these red kites. Now, the other thing that's going to impact the vertical angle between the birds and the sun is, of course, the sun. Obviously, that moves throughout the day, and the best time of day to shoot is during the evening time. This is because it's also going to be when the sun is the softest. This means that you're going to get far less contrast between the background and your subject. The other big benefit of shooting during the evening time is you're going to get those wonderful colours that are associated with it. And of course, the other benefit of shooting backlit birds in flight during these times is it means that you can incorporate more of that wonderful landscape that you see around you. Now, another option potentially when you are shooting backlit subjects is to not try and retain the details in our subject. And in fact, what you could potentially do is create silhouettes. If you've got a very clear outline of your subject and a wonderful background, then why not? It really helps to simplify your composition, and it can be quite a striking effect, so it might be worth having a go. So I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button down below, and I'll catch you at the next one.